Hello, welcome to today's video, which is all about a plant that I have been looking for absolutely months. I first saw it about a year and a half ago, hadn't seen it since, and now it keeps popping up everywhere online and I cannot get my hands on one. So that plant is a watermelon peperomia, absolutely beautiful plant. And I just keep seeing people on all of my plant forums and plant contacts and online Instagram plant pages saying how much they love this new plant that they have, and I just cannot find it anywhere. So I've done a plant swap with someone who has been propagating their plant. So I have ordered a main leaf with the stem, which is starting to root, and I'm just waiting to receive that now. So I'm really excited, and hopefully I'll be able to grow it into a full plant, and I will share that process with you. The post has just arrived and I'm so excited to open this up and see what it looks like. Oh, it's so well packaged. Bubble wrap around this is the leaf. The roots are wrapped again, so let me just unwrap that. And this is wet because it came wrapped in moss, which is amazing. I never actually realised before this how big these leaves are, and they're quite, it feels like quite rubbery and a lot thicker than you would imagine as well. And you can see shaped like a watermelon, hence its name. I think I'm going to transfer it straight into soil. This moss just really helps to transport it well and protects the roots while it's in transit. So now that I've unpackaged this and checked it's in amazing condition, got some great roots, let's move over to the potting shed and I'm going to pot it into some soil, and I can show you the roots that it's got at the moment as well. So here we are in the potting shed. If you haven't been in here before, welcome. I am just removing the moss from around the roots, being so careful because you don't want any of those roots to break when they've been growing so well. I'm just going to take away as much of the moss as I can as I'm going to be putting this in soil. You can now see this is the main leaf. Here are the roots. You can see how long those are. And I don't know if you'll be able to see that well, but here are some tiny green parts. They're not quite leaves yet, but that will be where the leaves will grow out from. So I'm hoping that if I put this into soil, keep it in perfect conditions, ensure it has enough light, enough water, enough humidity, then those leaves should start to grow out in the next few weeks. I'm going to get some of this soil, which is just houseplant mix. I'm going to mix in some perlite and just a little bit of orchid bark. Put that into there. Now I know I've got the right amount to give more space to mix it all up. And I'm going to pour it back. Then just get something along like this and gently ease the plant in, ensure those roots are facing down so that they can grow. Gently push it down, add a little bit more soil to the top, and I think that should be okay for now. So I think I'm going to place it here near my other propagations. There seems to be quite a good space near the window too, so lots of natural light, and we'll see how it goes. It's only been a week since I received this and put it into soil, but already I've seen such huge changes. So it's been really hot here at the moment, and I think that might have helped. Humidity levels are really high and there's a lot of natural light. But when I first planted this, you may remember it was quite kind of really flat on the pot, and now it seems to have really kind of popped up and it's growing a lot straighter. When I first planted it, it was really, the leaf was really low, it was kind of like almost bending over, and now it seems to be, yeah, growing up really straight. It's not even touching the pot, which is really great. I think, well, I'm hoping that it's because the roots have now found their place in the soil, they are finding their way to root down, and that means that it has more support in the pot, which allows more support for the main stem and the leaf to be growing up straighter. So I'm hoping that's the case. It's been really hot, like I say, so I have watered it. I watered it when I first planted it because the soil mix was really dry, and then I watered it again about 2 days ago. Not too much, but just keeping the soil well hydrated and getting that all to the roots, which are now establishing themselves well. So I'm hoping it's going okay, fingers crossed. It's been 12 days since my last update about this watermelon peperomia. It hasn't really shown much growth, to be honest, in those 12 days. I know these are quite slow growing, particularly when you're propagating them, but I think I was hoping for at least something. At least it's still healthy, so you can see it's still really like pointing upwards, supporting itself, which is really good sign of the root system, especially as it's such a big leaf. But I also wanted to share this update to say that I can't believe after, I think it's been about 5 or 6 months, I've actually lost count, that I was looking for a plant like that, and then obviously I got this one as a propagation and experiment. I finally found a full watermelon peperomia plant, which is amazing. Even though I'm propagating that other one, I thought I would buy this just in case the other one doesn't work out, and also just to, I can really learn from how this one is growing. You can see that it has a huge leaf here, covers my face, as well as quite a few other ones, which is great, and then within it's got so many smaller ones too. So I'm really going to keep an eye on this one, hope that I can keep this alive, but also learn from this to see the time of growing, the kind of pace and size of the leaves, the roots, the watering systems. There's a lot that I can learn from this plant. It will also allow me the opportunity to maybe even propagate from this main plant and create multiple watermelon peperomia plants to share with others too. I have brilliant news today. The update is there are 2 tiny little babies growing in here now. This is incredible. And they actually started growing, so they started growing a few days ago now, but they started growing exactly a month after I first received this and potted it up in soil. So it's reasonably slow growing, but now they seem to be growing so fast. So you can see there's 2 tiny ones there, and there's even a 3rd one coming through, I think. So yeah, it's doing really, oh actually I think there might even be a 4th one. Yeah, really cool. It's doing really well. It's still, as you can see, like growing really straight up, so the roots are strong, the stem is strong, seems to be doing well. I haven't moved it again, so it's still been on my windowsill, so getting quite good light. Humidity, I'm not adding any extra humidity to it, so it seems to be doing okay. It's just winter coming up and the end of growing season, so I might have to adapt a few things, but we'll just see how it goes. I'm going to keep everything the same for now.
The baby watermelons are doing so well. Look how big they're growing already, and there are the 2 other ones that are going to come through soon. You can see their markings as well.